What's good? This is Joseph 3 Banks for Running the Comics. This is a comic haul from the previous week that I wanted to just share 3 spots, dope comics each spot, and let's check see what I got. First for DC, we got Collapsers, the #1, about a guy who got a gift supposedly from his mom, and just happened to be a black hole that gets in his chest. But it's kind of an interesting book. Has music involved. He's a musician, and basically kind of just starting off the tale of how he got it. He don't know how he got it. We still don't even know the reason behind it, but it kind of is a good setup, and he just may start to be a nice little fantasy, which could be a superhero show, so, or maybe a kind of hero in some type of way, maybe. But it may just be just like one of those sci-fi thrillers. So it's a pretty good first issue for DC's Young Animals for Collapser. Next we have Little Birds #1. I know they have the number 5 or 6 out, which is the last book in this series, but I want to go back and get #1 to check it out. It's a very interesting story about it's take place in Canada, but some issues we've had and basically this girl trying to find her mother and trying to find we're trying to find out exactly what went down prior to what's going on now, and some loose pieces he's trying to connect and try to find so she can get her mother after time has passed. So Little Birds, very interesting, dope art, very interesting art, and it's an interesting read. Middle West I think it's number 8. Yeah, number 8 from Scotty Young and Jorge Corona. Really dope series from Image Comics, and this one is really a really good telling of the story between a son and his father, their relationship, which is kind of volatile. And basically, at this point, the father's trying to find a son after he ran away. So this is very interesting, especially after what happened with the son at a group that he met, and him now he's trying to find himself, and the father's trying to find him. So very cool story. This right here is Multiversity #1. This is the other variant cover with Captain Carrot, with this homage to Superman #1, I believe. So this is really dope, and I'm gonna try and get all. I thought I was gonna have comics that goes from all 52 universes, but it doesn't. Wish they would have done that, but I think they only have like 9 books. So I'm trying to see if I get all 9 of those, and then find other issues that kind of go along with this multiverse which DC had created. So this is really cool. So all of these books right here I got from Book Nook, which I keep telling people, do not skip over your Book Nooks. These next ones, only a few, I got from my parents' basement. It's only a couple, but this is a free one, which is a basic introduction to the House of X and Powers of X comics that's coming out I think this week, and this should be very interesting. It really gives a couple of pages of both of the comics that are Hickman's X-Men basically retelling stories. I don't know how it's picking up on the storyline, how much of the past X events that's going to come through to this, but it should be very interesting. I want to see how it brings in people like me who have not been getting these X issues. So basically they're trying to get all the previous X issues and combine them into like a few, I think, or even to one. So I'm trying to get rid of all of the fats, trim the fat and keep all the good stuff. So this is a good little kind of primer for that. So we shall see how that goes. This is the variant cover, Ben Oliver illustrated, of Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. So #1. So I really dug this cover, so I'm definitely going to read this. Probably going to be funny. Jimmy Olsen's an interesting character, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know if I'll get the whole run, but I'm just going to see how the first issue goes. And yeah, And I think it's the last one I got from here. Yeah, and it's the last book, so I only got 2. Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, and then Doomsday Clock number 7. I'm trying to catch up on these. And this is Doomsday Clock number 7. And this should be very interesting. Very interesting. And try and catch up my reading on these, which I have not been doing. So, besides Doomsday Clock, the Batman Who Laughs, I need to catch up on those also. So those are 2 big, I guess, runs which are kind of directing the path of DC now in their universe. So I really want to see exactly where those go. So I got to get my Batman Who Laughs runs together and get Doomsday Clock. So I'm catching up. I have about a few more to go. I think they're almost done with the run if they're not done. And next, my last LCS, Infinite Realities. These are the books I got from there. First off, Silver Surfer Black, really dope book. Love the artwork, really from Tradmore, and it is just trippy. It's just really trippy book, and really you get to see Silver Surfer in new form, and kind of where he's going now, the directions taking with him and his character after being using up a lot of his power. That's why they have a black hand, so the power cosmic is kind of leaving him. So it's kind of interesting, and more of it is left him. So we're trying to see where this ends up. So it's a very good read. And back to my Tom Strongs. And this is like number 6. I'm just gonna go through these because I got a few of these in this whole run. Tom Strong 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Really interesting book, really fun, and just each book is just they don't really do a lot of big arcs. It may go from like a couple of books, but I like how it's just like a story contained in one book. So it's really cool. And next are some number 1s from Vault Comics, and I got a couple of books from them. For one, this is Sarah and the Royal Stars. This is number 1. It's about this character named Sarah, and basically trying to basically follow in the footsteps of her mother about returning these stars or these celestial beings back home in the heavens who are here on the earth. So that's what she's trying to do. And this right here is a homage cover, another homage cover. I forgot what it's to. I think it's homage cover to I forget what the book is. I may put it up in my thing. Put it up here in the corner. What is homaging? But this is really dope. Number 1. We'll see how this goes. This is an interesting story. Now this story could be optional. It's like a story that could be optional for TV. And I also got I believe this is the variant. So it's 2 variants. So I got 2 of these. I thought this was a beautiful book. The first cover I did not get, but I did get these, which are really dope. It's a really, really cool story though too, about she's like a princess finding her own path and trying to find the answers to which basically been just kind of forced on her. And then lastly, Resonant, number 1 from Vault Comics. And this is very interesting, about a family, which I really want to know about it, but something happened. It's kind of like apocalyptic in a way, and there's this sound, which I don't know where it's coming from or what happened, but it's making you go crazy. So hopefully we'll get more, that's what's called resonant, I guess some type of frequency or sound wave. And it's a family, father and his 3 kids basically got separated, and they're trying to get back together hopefully, but he's trying to find supplies. They have one of the kids is sick, and he's going off and left the kids. So it's very creepy. You don't know where it's going to go, and this should be a very interesting story. Very interesting story. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, this is Joseph 3 Banks. This is my haul. Hope you dug it. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to get more notifications when I drop hauls or do any other videos. And you can get on my little list of seeing what I got. Hopefully you can let me know in the comments, what are books that you got, and what are you looking forward to coming up. I have my pull list I'm going to get in the next couple of weeks at the end of July, and I am really very excited to show you those which are popping, that are very popular right now, and I think it'd be really dope to read, but also to share. So like I said, it's Joseph 3 Banks, and I am out. Grace and peace.